Hey guys, it's Kat and I'm back today to do my November check-in for my hashtag Team Project Pan 2021. Now, if I am brief with this, it's because I did film this earlier today, as well as the start of a foundation wear test and a lip product review and wear test, and my microphone stuffed up and I've got no audio. Yes. Anyway, I needed to get this one done at least, so I'll try to do those wear tests soon, but I really wanted to wrap up my Project Pan check-in for this month. Usually I like to do my check-ins mid-month, and I would have done a December one as well, and then I would have concluded the project probably at the start of January, but what I've decided to do instead is sort of push them out a little bit, do a late November, and then conclude late December. I'm moving house in the next week, so things are a little bit up in the air, and I thought that sort of works a little bit better. But if you are new here and you're chiming in on the second last update of the year, welcome. But this is a full face rolling Project Pan, so I pretty much take an item from each category of makeup, some skincare, some body care and whatnot, and I try to use them up. And if I do use something up, I roll in something new of the same category so I can keep seeing progress happening throughout the year. And the whole point of it is just to use up stuff that I've got and to get value for the money that I've spent, essentially. All right, let's get into the products. And because I did think that I filmed this before, I actually threw out a lot of these products and had to go fishing in the bin amongst like eggshells and gross things to fish them out. So I'm a happy camper. Some of these products now smell like boiled eggs. Since last check-in, I've actually used up 5 products. One is my foundation. I was expecting this, so I put in a different backup foundation. I don't like this. Spoiler alert, I'm going to take it out. So my L'Oreal Infallible Matte is done, completed. Hooray. And this guy, which is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid in the shade N5, this is the one I've been struggling with for the past few weeks, being like, come on, let's make it work, you and me, let's finish it up. But it makes me look dead. There's something about it, it's a little bit too light, the tone is a little bit off. And when I have worn this in videos in the past, because I feel like I need to sort of put more on for videos, if that makes sense, you sort of have to put a little bit heavier coverage to look good on camera. I look ghostly. So I could hold out and keep this for winter, but I feel like the undertone is still wrong. Even though the depth of color might be all right, there's something different about the undertone that I don't like. I don't mind this foundation. I'm not in love with it. I don't hate it. I don't even hate the application method, which is the pory thing that a lot of people hate. I don't mind it. It's fine. Sometimes I'll pour it on my face. Sometimes I'll pour it on the back of my hand. Sometimes I'll put my finger. I don't mind. I don't mind it. But I did put like my phone torch in, and it's like up to here, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to struggle with that many bad makeup days. So this is the backup that I was supposed to use after the L'Oreal one. Used up the L'Oreal, and now I don't want to use up this. So I actually am going to throw this out because it's just not the right tone for me. So goodbye. Even though normally I would introduce a new foundation to replace that, at this stage of the project, I think I might spend the next month just figuring out what products I want to put into the start of my 2022 Project Pan. So I think I might just play with what I have, especially after I move house. When I'm sort of organizing my makeup and putting it all away, I might pull out products that I want to pan. I will be adding in one other sort of skincare body product later on, but I'm not going to add in any new foundations at this point. I also used up my 2 lip products. Now, I introduced both of these last month and I finished them both. One is the Lanolips. This is like a little tinted lip balm. It was the shade Perfect Nude. Really nice. It was down to there, and it was like a mini version, so it was very easy to use that up. So that's done. And I also used up the Colourpop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Scorcher. Now, this was up to here. I actually took the stopper out. I scraped down the sides, I got a little spatula out, I tried to get as much as possible, so there's very little left in there. It was just a clear gloss, I really like the formula of the Ultra Glossy Lip, so it's very easy to use, very nourishing, very comfortable, had a bit of sparkle in it, which it wasn't my favorite, but this was easy to use on no makeup days, on makeup days, going to bed, wherever. I could use this all the time. So I use this really quickly and that is done. Look at it, look at it, empty, empty. Beautiful. Again, not adding in any new lip products because I'm going to be testing the waters about what I should add in at the start of next year. I finished up my powder. So this is not the Too Faced Peach Perfect Powder. If you've been watching this project, you'll know that I took Revlon, I think it was, and a Uemura powder, and I mixed them together and I made sort of a custom powder. I used it up and I used it up pretty early on in the month. So that is just what I had mixed it in, but that is done. Now, since then, I actually have been burning through powder. So I used up this. This was not part of my project pan. This was just part of my stash. This had been my handbag for a long time. So it is the Australis Fresh and Flawless powder. I use that up and now it's getting dark because, you know, that's a thing. And then I've moved on to my Soap and Glory One Heck of a Blot. I really like this powder. It's really good. And this again was a handbag sort of blotting touch-up powder. And I've got that much of it left, like not much. Now I might actually add this in. There's not much left. It's literally like a couple of weeks use. And what I've been doing is sort of scraping off the side and sort of picking it up as a loose powder. So I might add that in, just why not? Because we've got no powders in. Let's put this one in. Last thing I used up was the Sally Hansen Hard as Nail little like nail serum. It was just a bottle of serum. I don't think it hardened my nails. My nails are weak as I've been painting and stripping paint off skirting boards and my nails have literally flaked down to like what seems like a third of the way down my nail. It's horrible. But all I did was at night when I was on my computer, I'd like pump some out. Like I'd pump a few pumps like this and I'd just sort of like work it into my fingertips and I used it up. So it was up to here when I introduced it last month and now it is empty. So that's done, that's gone. All right, let's talk about progress on products that I haven't quite used up, but I'm hoping to use up by next month. Some of them I won't, but some of them I will. The first one is the Chanel bronzer. This is the cream bronzer. It's a Soleil Tan de Chanel. And I like this. I've got this much left of it. My hair needs to be washed and it is doing some weird stuff. It's a hot day today and it was looking much better before, but we're at the end of the day and life is life. Anyway, so this is how much I've got left. I don't think I will use this by next month, but I can go really bronzy and try. The problem is that if I take this down my neck, it can look a little bit patchy and dirty. So I sort of keep it exclusively to like the perimeters of my face. I am wearing it today. It's a nice tone for me. So yeah, I'll just see how I go with it. I've been using, I think on average about 4 grams of it a month. This was at 119.85 grams and I did weigh it before. It's at 115.84 grams. So yeah. I don't know how much is in here. If it's 4 grams, it will be gone, but I feel like there's a bit more, but I'll try. A couple of things that I have to use up. These, if I don't use these up, it's because I've lost them in the move. I've got 2 skincare products from Dr. Jart. They're both in the Cicapair range. I've got the cream and I've got the serum. Now I don't love, now it's getting too bright. What is going on? I don't love either of these. I think they're fine, but they don't do much for my skin. They just sort of like hydrate essentially. So with the cream, it was up to here last check-in and now it's down to there. So I thought I was going to finish this by this check-in, but I didn't quite make it and I didn't want to like overdo it just for the sake of it. So it will be done next month, which is good. And then the serum, it was up to here and is down to there. Now that's a lot of serum to use, but I haven't just been using it on my face. And in fact, I don't use it on my face too often. I sort of use it on my chest area and sometimes on my arms and sometimes on my legs. I've been a bit itchy lately. Like I've been sort of irritated and itchy. And so before I go to bed, I might put something soothing like this on, sort of as like a body serum. So I've been burning through it. And if I don't get that done next month, the way I've been using it, there's something wrong with me. So those will be done. Another product that I could be done with, but it's sort of like touch and go. My Saint Tropez, this is a Gradual Tan Watermelon Infusion. I introduced it last month up to here and now it's down to there. So there's still a little bit to go, but to be fair, I haven't used it that consistently. If I use this like twice a week, this would be gone so easily. But in the last, even though it's hot today and it's hot the last couple of days, there's been a couple of weeks this month where it's been like rainy and cold. So why put fake tanner on? It's just not something that crosses my mind. So hopefully summer is starting tomorrow. So hopefully I will remember to use this more and I can use it up. So that's where that one is at. Another one that I probably should have made more progress on, but it's just one that I sort of forget to use. It's my little perfume sample. So this is the Chloe perfume. And last month I introduced it. It was like the line of perfume was sitting right at the top. It was barely used. And now it's down to that yellow mark. So again, I can probably use this up if I remember to use it every day. Let's put some on now, shall we? Use you up, come on. Yeah, so that one is, again, touch and go, but it's doable if I remember. All right, now onto some products that I'm not going to use up next month, but I might have to carry them over to next year. One is my toner. This is the Good Molecules Niacinamide Brightening Toner. So I haven't been using this on my body. I have only been using it on my face, and it was up to here last month, and now it's down to here. So there's progress, but not like staggering amounts of progress where it's like, gasp, she's so good at using toner. No, it's like small amounts. So, you know, this will probably carry over to next year. Another thing, my Uemura finishing spray. I really like this. It's a really nice finishing spray, but because it is a micro mister, like it's lovely and refreshing, but you really don't use much at a time. Last month it was up to here and now it's down to there. Now I actually think that's pretty good progress because again, these dispense such a small amount of product that you don't use much at a time, but this will probably have to be finished next year. My MAC Painterly Paint Pot, still going. And to be fair, I don't think I've used it all that much in the last month. There's been days where I will just put on like a quick matte eyeshadow with no primer. There's days where I've been using a liquid eyeshadow instead. So just put a little bit on and sort of blend it out. So sort of quick makeup. And also I've been playing with the NARS holiday palette a lot, and that requires glitter glue. So I haven't been using this every day like I used to. So I feel like I haven't seen much progress, but again, there is no way I'm finishing that in a month. So this is going to be carried over to next year, and I'm fine with it. I love this product. It's a really great eyeshadow base. And if it takes me another year to use up, which it won't, but if it does, it's fine. It's gonna be a nice year. It's a good product, I enjoy it. Some eyeliners. The first one is the Pixi Eye Define Waterline Black Tightline pencil. I really like this pencil. It's great. I don't usually use black liners unless it's like a liquid or gel, but I have been using this on my waterline and I enjoy it. It's easy to tightline with. So it's one of those more sort of small, micro, really creamy, easy to apply eyeliners. Now, I don't know how much I've used. I will have photos on the screen comparing them so you can see how much use I've had in the past month. I'm curious to see because I have been using this more than I expect. And this thing, green mini pencil, shouldn't be hard to lose. Do you know how many days a week I'm like, where did that damn pencil go? And it's like behind my desk or hidden in a drawer or something. This I lose all the time. At least 3 days a week I can't find this bugger. So I could be having more progress if it was easier to find. Another one is my Colourpop. This is a liquid liner in the shade Grande, which is a brown. I am wearing it today as well. And I did weigh this one. So last month it was at 5.75 grams and now it's at 5.71. So I am making progress, but it's minute progress. But I don't think, like the majority of the weight is the packaging. So I sort of feel like this might dry out any moment now. So it might be done by the end of next month, but probably not. Another thing that I want done by next month is my mini mascara. This is the Stila Huge Extreme Lash Mascara. Again, it's just a sample. I've got a whole bunch of samples of mascaras that I want to get through next year. I've got at least 6 of them. Now this I don't love. I think I use quite a lot of it because it's quite clumpy and quite thick. So this was at 13.86 grams and it's now at 12.6. So that's quite a lot of usage in 1 month or 5 weeks for one mascara. But again, this is a very sort of dry and clumpy, and you got to be quite careful with it because sometimes you can overload your lashes and it look really spiky and clumpy and spidery and not the best. But even if this is still going at the end of the year, I might get rid of it and start something fresh in the new year because I don't love it. It's fine and I'll keep using it for a month, but it's not a long-term commitment. I don't want this to be a long-term commitment. Another stick product, and I introduced this last month. It's a Smashbox Photo Finish Iconic Primer Stick. Now, I don't mind this actually. Now, when I did introduce it, I'd only used it a couple of times, and that was to see if I liked it enough to want to pan it, and otherwise it was virtually new. So there'll be photos on the screen of how much I've used, I don't know. But I don't mind this product. Now, it is sort of like a silicone stick type product. It does make the skin look a little bit more mattified and a little bit more blurred. I don't know if you can see my hand here. And if I then put some on, hopefully you can see that all of a sudden that area, wait, let's catch the light, catch the light. Now, normally these sort of silicone primers, they can look good initially, but then they tend to break down my foundation faster, so I find that they're not worth the hassle. Now, I feel like this one's not bad, possibly because of the format. When you do put it on and you sort of put it on like this, man, I can see the mattified from my angle. I don't know why you can't see it, but then you blend it in and it applies a very, very thin layer, so it's not as sort of, doesn't create that really thick layer under your foundation that can make it move and smear and break down a little bit easier if you've got oily skin. So I think this works quite well, but it's not a product where I'm like, it does anything great for my skin. It doesn't ruin my makeup, but it doesn't enhance my makeup either. So I only use this because I can. I think the best use of this is actually on no makeup days, like no base makeup days, where I put a little bit on to just prevent some oiliness and then maybe put a quick like powder over the top. That's probably the best effect I can get from it, but otherwise it doesn't clash with my makeup. So I have been using it occasionally, not every day. All right, the last update is on my Benefit Kabrow. I introduced this last month. I think I mentioned that this was really, like it was going dry. It was turning into like a little rock, and I rehydrated it with Duraline from Inglot, and it works a treat now. It's great to use, but I'm not seeing any like visible progress. There's not even any point taking a photo of it. It's just a lump of brow pomade at the bottom of a little tub. This is a product that'll probably take 18 months to use up, so I sort of introduced it just because, but there won't be any visible progress on it until like a year's time, so this will go into my 2022 project. All right, so I think that's all the products. If I forgot some, it's because I put everything away and then had to get it again. But I am actually introducing one last product, and this is a body product, and it's because I don't like it. So this is the Mamia. It's like the baby brand from Aldi. My kid likes the fruit bars, I think, from this brand, and I saw this nourishing body lotion. I thought we need some body lotion for him, so I bought it, and it smells really bad. I don't like it. It's got shea butter and sweet almond oil, and it's supposed to be suitable for babies and toddlers with sensitive skin, and it's supposed to be like free of parabens, and it's got recycled plastic and blah 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 blah. Great, but this smells really bad. Like, it smells funky. There's something about it, and I put it on him. Yeah, it smells musky and funky. Like, you know when you have laundry that's like wet laundry and it stays there and it gets that musky smell to it? That's what this smells like. It's really horrible. So I made my partner smell it, and I'm like, do you want your baby smelling like this? And he's like, no, throw it out. And I was like, no, I'm not throwing it out. I'm going to put it on me because I don't care if I smell like this. So I'm going to try to use this to the best of my ability, and we'll see how we go with it. So yeah, I can put this on my legs and feet before I go to bed. That's fine. But I don't recommend it. Like, the product is fine. It just smells horrible. So at the moment it is up to this mark here, and I'll see how much I can use. And I'm going to go ham with this. I'm going to go like neck to like toes most nights to try to like get this done because I really don't like it, and but I thought it's a fun challenge. Why not? All right, that is the second filming attempt of this video. Hopefully the audio works for this, otherwise I'm not doing it again. If you are expecting to see my Pan That Palette update next, sadly it's It's not going to be there because I am skipping November because of moving and time constraints, but also I haven't seen much progress. Again, I've been sort of playing with some other eyeshadow products. So I thought it might just be a better impact if I conclude it at the end of the year. So you'll see a final check-in in December for that one. And then hopefully you'll also see a foundation review and this lip product review that I'll have to refilm. So they might be coming up next. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed that. If you're doing a project pan, best of luck for the last month. We can do it, crew. High five. Anyway, I will see you in the next one. Bye.